This pathway is pretty nice. However, I want to gather up a wee bit more of these items in order to install a more appropriate lighting system up here. This one might prove a little bit difficult. I will need to position myself very carefully. Now I need to grab this specific block right here, because I only need one more. Hey, it's raining. That means lightning storm. Well, it's lightninging, which means lightning storm. But that also means rainstorm, and specifically a thunderstorm in this specific climate is especially productive for us because we have a lightning rod. We installed that lightning rod specifically beside the kelp farm on purpose. We wanted the kelp farm to get a lot more activity. Therefore, we installed the lightning rod in order to force it to fire the pistons more often. As you may very well know, the pistons will obviously force a block update above the kelp. The pistons will additionally force the kelp to get harvested because any kelp that is present just got harvested. As you may or may not have guessed, we hooked the lightning rod up to the same mechanism which fires the harvesting of the kelp. And that means we should go ahead and hurry up to our farm. Whilst at it, we shall leave our map of this area right there, because I don't want to lose it, I don't want to misplace it, and I don't want to forget it. However, I do want to see this lightning rod in action. When we get a lightning storm, this lightning rod is supposed to get particles. It's supposed to have a particle effect. It does not seem to have the particles. This is unfortunate. Let us manual harvest the kelp. The benefit of those stairs over there being quite useful, as they are waterlogged stairs right there. They are very useful for providing any of our water source needs. I do not understand fully what happened to the lightning storm. We were supposed to be experiencing a lightning storm. It's what I came up here for. There seems to be no lightning storm present. Now, what I'm hoping is that by rapidly firing the pistons, that it will cause more kelp to grow, which will then hopefully be picked up by hoppers up above. But I doubt that they really had much impact. Let's see, we've got 43 kelp here. That adds into this one. Aha! Gotcha. Okay. Now, it appears that my texture pack is hiding the particle effects for the lightning rod. However, that was in fact a lightning strike, meaning we are in fact in a lightning storm. Meaning if I just watch this for long enough, eventually I will manage to capture on screen a lightning strike. There it is. We just captured it. We just saw the lightning strike the lightning rod. They say lightning never strikes the same place twice. This is not entirely true in the case of a lightning rod. I see you over there. Yeah, that's what I thought, zombie. You didn't even drop nothing. Shame. Really? A zombie riding a zombie. It's a baby zombie riding a zombie. Rude. And there we go once again. It just harvested once more. Now, what I'm hoping for is, I'm hoping that this extra activity of the pistons will cause some form of block update. I want it to force things to grow. I suppose the easiest way I can show that off is actually just by climbing in the chamber here. I do have aqua affinity. Like, basically, I'm just expecting it to force everything to harvest a lot faster or a lot more, I'm expecting it to cause things to grow specifically. Because as the pistons continue to, fire off repeatedly, on, off, what will inevitably happen is that the pistons will, cause the flowing water to get registered as, a water source all of a sudden, because all of a sudden everything decides to, start growing. Once everything grows, everything starts to, provide the benefits of, growing. I'm not explaining this very well. Basically, the act of it constantly firing and unfiring, firing and unfiring, is causing the water sources above the kelp to no longer be a water source, which the kelp then detects as a type of block update. The kelp then has the stairs over in the corner there, providing a water source, which allows the kelp to detect that the kelp has received some form of block update, as there is now a water source above it. If you continue to toggle this state, forcing it to repeatedly update and unupdate the block, it will eventually, inevitably, cause the kelp to grow, because the kelp will continue sitting there saying, well, this got an update, but, nothing really changed. Therefore, I should maybe grow one stage. And so it grows one stage. Well, kelp have multiple stages per, life cycle of growth. Therefore, it takes multiple firings in order to trigger it, and probably won't be immediately obvious to anyone who is not actually actively looking for it as an intended behavior. It's a technique that's used in zero-tick kelp farms. It's not exactly really used anywhere else. Basically, I'm just zero-ticking the kelp, but there is no real actual zero-tick for a kelp. The only real way to do it is to just force the kelp to trick itself into updating, which is easier said than done, because kelp will check the block above as well as the block below. I might need to shuffle sand around beneath the kelp in order to force it to continue its zero-tick nature. I'm not entirely sure on that. I do know that there used to be a method available where you could zero-tick kelp utilizing a sticky piston and sand. However, I do not think that still works. Yeah, I knew I would eventually take damage from doing that. Called it. Okay, now it looks like I have managed to gather up another lovely order of kelp. Pretty soon I will go and figure out just how far to the west that mine actually travels. However, first I want to deposit all of these items that I have. Oops, almost forgot one. I additionally need to deposit a few other things. And I need to deposit rotten flesh. I can deposit the leads in that spot now, since I'm carrying this map. Hello, Wandering Trader. Goodbye, Wandering Trader. Okay. Now, I can sit here, exploring how deep this mine actually goes to the west. However, first I need to get down to the mine proper. That requires just a lot of running. Mainly because I don't feel like utilizing any form of oh, what am I doing? I need to actually carve out this section. Ah, right. I had forgotten about that. Let me go in here and clean this up. Let's see. First, I can get rid of that water source because now that's never going to come back. And next I can do these. Okay, up next we have this one. And we have here, let's get these two. And then place that one there, that one there. It gets me oxygen. And then I can bounce up here, place that one there. That gets me that. Okay. Now I've got this situation handled. Aha, got it. it's even further back. Okay. Now we've got this. Then we can go 1, 2. Now we can fill in this section. Which I feel, yeah, looks like it. Come on, I need to go over here. Thank you. Come on, just a little more. Got it. Okay. That was more difficult than it should have been. Okay. Now, let's gather up these ice. No? Shovel? No? Okay, well, I tried. Yeah. Anyways, if anyone out there wants to sponsor my videos, I would not mind. I do not currently have anyone wanting to pay me to have ads in my videos. I would kind of enjoy having money. There's only so many ways you can phrase that, but like, when it comes down to it, I enjoy having money. Like, ultimately, that's what it boils down to. I enjoy having money. Money is a great motivator for many things in life. There are, plenty of things that have been done that have been wondrous deeds. in the name of money. There are plenty of things that have been done that have been terrible deeds in the name of money. Either way, money was a factor. How many of these did I place? Jeez. Okay. Now, I suppose I get to resume digging up this side. Yep, looks like it. Okay, let's start with some silk touch. Doo-doo. Okay. It would seem that I have run out of floor. It's kind of the problem with such a haphazard build order, is you just kind of run out of things every now and then, like floors and ceilings and all kinds of things. Let's try now that I've filled it in from below. Hopefully this time it will not entirely just stop having ground. Actually, now that I think about that, didn't I dig that giant column straight down at y equals 100? Or no, x equals 100? Not y equals 100. If it was at y equals 100, it would just be 100 blocks straight down. But didn't I dig that giant pillar straight down at x equals 100? That sounds like it might be important or relevant, or both. I don't know. What I do know is I am quickly approaching this staircase up ahead, and in about 14 blocks I expect that I will open up a massive cave network into what I've already dug out. Hey, what do you know? I did. Woo, barely stopped in time. Now to dig out this top area in order to provide some light. It's not very good at providing light, considering I took out all the torches that were also on that top area, but that's fine because I didn't need them anyways. Instead, I have in front of me a rather lovely trick that I can use, assuming I have any redstone dust ore in the sides here, which I do not. Okay, well, in that case I shall make use of the smooth stone here. I can only see in vague shadows, but I can vaguely see. That's good enough. It's a semblance of dark vision, you can say. You know, I can barely see what's going on, but I can see. Barely. Oops. Dig that out. Place that in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I can place these little micro bridges in order to fill in the missing link, as it were, from the smooth stone. Okay, back to base. Grab something to eat. Grab another couple of stacks of smooth stone. We'll grab 7. Deposit the granite. Deposit the andesite. Deposit the diorite, if any. Deposit all of the ores. Okay. Run over here. Deposit the dirt. I believe that goes there now. And then run over here. Deposit the stone. Which is all the way up to here. Oh my, that's quite a lot. Pick up the smooth stone, get it all neatly organized in my inventory. Hop up here. Now I can go ahead with filling in this. Because I want to be able to walk across this. Preferably without a giant slime in the way, but I'll make do with what I have. I mean, it's not a giant slime, it's a medium slime, but even still, they're annoying. Yep. Got myself a nice pickaxe. Going through at a good clip. Now I just dig my way back to pretty much anywhere but here. Now, I'm a little bit ahead of myself on this specific, dig, on this specific portion of the dig. What hit me just now? Was that just gravel? Yep, looks like it. Okay, well, that's fine. Stu can play at that game. Thank you. But yeah, we are doing very good progress on this excavation. We are gathering a lot of resources. We're going through a lot of resources. We are every now and then finding iron, which is good. Keeps our supplies high. We want to have a decent quantity of supply. Now let me see if I can just resurface this part in order to get some more light. Because if I can, it's a lovely little trick to actually just get as much light as possible in here, since this is running parallel to the line which provides all of the light in the lower floors. If there is no light source available, however, well, that's unfortunate. But it's going to allow me to go gather all of these materials, and then I can turn right around and utilize all of these materials. I can use these materials in my build. Oh, right. I forgot about this. This needs one more cleared from the top. Okay. What it is this one's in the back wall, meaning that's going to be the finished product right there. Like, it's just going to be a wall. If I dig above it, then it's just going to get a taller wall. Like, that's just all there is to it. That is the fourth layer, the proverbial fourth layer, that I was mentioning in the design process. In the design stage, that's the fourth wall. That's not what I meant. That's the fourth layer of wall that will be providing the back of my mine. Like, it doesn't need to have a back wall. I just kind of want to give it one. Because I feel like most mines these days tend to not have any form of constraining constructions. Such as a back wall. It can be very difficult to navigate through some of these very complicated bases when there's literally no way to know like what goes where or why or how. It can get very complicated. There we go. Okay. And then we've got andesite doing what andesite does. We've got diorite doing what diorite does. We've got smoothstone doing what smoothstone does. I will deposit the excess smoothstone for now. Ow. Do we have any iron? Well, we have plenty of iron. It's just a matter of how much do we want to, like, break out. I suppose we can just do another 3 pickaxes, see where that gets us. We're going through a lot of pickaxes here. We should have more than enough coal to afford doing a bit of what you call it, stone smelting. Looks like we got a fortune. Ooh, an unbreaking efficiency. That's a neutral. And an unbreaking. Okay, well, let's see what we get from the unbreaking one, because we want to redo that. And we got Silk Touch unbreaking efficiency. Nice. Very nice. And that would be, as they say, that. Okay. I think I want to rename this one now. Subscribe. And then I can rename this one now as well if I really wanted. Okay, that gives us our pickaxes. Now you can really start seeing what I mean about the fortune pickaxes kind of being numerous. If I really wanted to, I could sacrifice one of the fortune pickaxes to this Silk Touch pickaxe, and that would give it the efficiency 5 that it needs, or wants. Technically, I want it. It doesn't need it. I want it. To be specific about the phrasing. I'm holding extra coal for no apparent reason. I am also holding all of my lapis, which is not a wise idea. I suppose, since I am holding coal, that I should go ahead with checking on my pumpkin farm. There's really little else to do around the base other than checking on the various farms, because currently all I need is to just pass a lot of time. I just need time to pass. There we go. There we go. I believe I want right here. Okay. Now I can go through, silk touch all of these. Well, technically I'm just shearing them because, you know, carving pumpkins. But yeah, it's got Unbreaking 3. Very lovely set of shears. I love them. I plan to use these shears for a long time to come because it's not exactly easy to get Unbreaking 3 on a pair of shears, because you have to enchant a book, and then you have to enchant the shears using the book, which of course consumes the book, which means, you know, then you're not only out a bunch of levels, but you're also missing a book because you had to use it to enchant your shears, which is kind of annoying, but Were there only 25 pumpkins? There were only 25 pumpkins. Okay. Well then, I shall deposit these 25 seeds right after I deposit the shears themselves. Now to deposit these seeds, just throw them straight in the hopper there. Looks like the kelp is growing decently. Okay. Now I need some torches, lanterns. Okay. Now, for the most boring part of all of this, fishing. I mean, it was inevitable. You know, fishing was inevitable. As we can see, the dig site does go out decently far. Oh, great. Leather boots. That'll come in handy, actually. But yeah, as we can see, the dig site does go out decently far. I do need to actually finish traveling all the way out to the end of the dig site and back in order to fully update this map. In order to do that, I will simply make use of the minecart system that I have installed, and away we go. Now we can find out just how far away that wall is. looks pretty far. Yep, it is pretty far. Look at that thing go. Okay. Well, that is quite the view. However, I do notice that there is a distinct lack of, well, everything. Like, I'm just running along the wall here just to make sure I map it out, because I just want to make sure it's mapped out. Therefore, I'm running along this wall, and then I gotta turn around and run along the other wall. And then I can take the minecart all the way back. Yep. Great big giant area, basically. Okay. Now we can travel all the way back to where we started. And you can see that this travels a lot faster. Roughly every 7 blocks, it seems to be pausing to load more. But I don't mind, because I just managed to go all this way with very, very little effort. Additionally, do I have any spare boots? I do not have spare boots. Wow. That's scary. But yeah, I need to do some fishing. Therefore, it looks like this is going to be the episode where I do a bunch of fishing. I should probably bring the bed over closer, since I will be doing so much fishing. I don't really want to deal with the whole phantoms situation. Make sure there's no zombies in my zombie trap there. Okay. We're moving this bed over to the fishing spot here in order to make sure that things go as planned. Now, as I mentioned, kelp does create a lot of lag. It's not really anything that can be done about it, because the main reason that it's creating so much lag is that it's an animated tile, and since it's a transparent animated tile, Pretty much the only thing left to do for that specific tile is to give it a custom hitbox that will allow you to need to actually hit the kelp. At first it would be hit the kelp anywhere that any of its animation would play, and then any further fine-tuning would restrict it specifically to hit the kelp only where it is, which that's about as accurate as you can get with any form of, hitbox type section. There's only so much you can do with it, I have not yet checked out what type of biome this is in, but I would assume that this is likely to be either a river biome, or this would possibly be maybe a desert biome because of